Hi guys, my name is Fiona.
And my name is Mayumi.
And we're super excited to welcome you back to
Make It, Don't Fake It.
So we finished off our last episode talking about the advantages and disadvantages of network marketing. And we kind of agreed that, of course, there are certain disadvantages, like every profession has certain disadvantages, but we don't really see so many disadvantages in network marketing. Though we both realized that there are certain points, especially when it comes to manipulation, that certain marketers do in network marketing and marketing in general that we completely disagree with. We can't identify ourselves working that way or marketing that way. And this is also kind of how we decided to name our show Make It, Don't Fake It. Do you want to explain a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I think when people hear Make It, Don't Fake It, we want to explain a little bit more about how we mean fake it and why we don't think people should fake it, right? I think one of the main reasons that we chose to do this is because we both believe a lot in trust. Mm-hmm. And that trust is really important. Whether you're in network marketing or any other profession, just in life in general, trust is such a big issue and is so important. And faking it will break that trust that you have built with someone. Once they find out that you're faking everything, then that trust is gone, right? And you don't have a loyal customer that believes in you, trusts you. We have different things that people fake that we feel that once it's out there that you're faking that, it just works against you. It might help manipulate at that moment. It might help you get the signups or sell the product or whatever it is that you're using it, the manipulation for. It might work, yes, definitely. But will those people be loyal to you? Will those people be looking up to you? Will they want to come back to you? And as a network marketer, you want to have people that don't just do a one-time sales, right? It's a repetitive sales, somebody that you want to recruit onto your team. So that person really does have to trust you as their mentor. I don't think that by breaking that trust in the beginning, it helps anybody, not the customer, not the seller. So that's why we said don't fake it. It's not because we're being mean and saying, oh, we think it's crappy that you fake it. No, we're saying it for people themselves. We're like trying to help people see that it's not going to help you in the long run.
And I think it's not only the trust part, but because network marketing is a profession where you basically have no limit of the salary you're getting, a lot of people fake their lifestyle. A lot of people fake having that 6-figure, 7-figure income, that amazing lifestyle, always having free time, being able to go to the beach, all these kind of things. People used to fake it and use, for example, holiday pictures for the whole year, pretending that this is their everyday lifestyle, so that other people think, okay, if I do network marketing, this is going to be my life from day one. I will just be able to work from the beach, maybe work 2 hours per day, right? There is a lot of fake part.
Yeah, and I think what you just said, faking that you have all the time in the world and you're making 6-7 figures. You do not. Maybe you're doing something you absolutely love and it's feels free because you choose when to do what, yes. But if you're telling the whole world, I'm making 6-7 figures in the first year and I'm not doing shit all, I'm sorry, but you're flat out lying. And I'm sorry for my language, guys. We will beep that out. You're flat out lying and it's not true. Let's say you recruit someone to be on your team to actually be doing the network marketing side. You're not just selling the product and guiding them through the product, but you're also that person's interested in doing what you're doing. And you've, from the get-go, made it seem like it's so easy. It doesn't cost any time. You have all the time in the world if you do it, and somebody gets into it and they have to grind, because there are a lot of people that assume that people that make money on the internet are just sitting on their ass doing nothing at all, and that's just so not true. And it's not true for the people that judge it, and it's not true for the people that think, oh, I want to do that because then I don't have to do anything the whole day and I just have this cool luxury life from day one where I'm my own boss, so that means I can wake up whenever you want. The people that make the most money wake up like early.
Of course.
You know?
And I have the feeling in marketing in general, every product or service that is being promoted or marketed it's always showing off only the good sides. Whether it's an advertisement for a car or coffee, you know, people always make it seem like it's the perfect thing. You will feel the best way ever. And of course, you only show off the good sides. But I think the problem with online income and network marketing is a lot of people promote it in a way, like you mentioned it already, that people say on the internet, you can work from home. It's so chill. You don't need to go to the office. You can easily work 2-3 hours a day. It's so easy. I personally hate the word easy because I think network marketing is simple, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily easy. It's not easy at all.
Well, I think what people mean when they say easy, it's not rocket science. It's not brain surgery. You don't have to be intellectually very intelligent to do it. You know, you don't have to be a brain surgeon to do it. So yes, in that way, it can be easy. But I think telling somebody it's easy to do, but it's hard work, you do have to put in the hours. I don't like that people say it's easy. Yes, you can do it from home, but no, that there's a lot that comes to it. You have to be able to be disciplined. You have to be able to make sure that you stay focused. You don't have anybody giving you routines or what you should be doing when. So you need to establish your own structure, your own routines, knowing which tasks you need to do daily, knowing how to prioritize your tasks. There is a lot that comes to it, and it's something you learn on your way, but it's not that you can say to people, oh no, anybody can do it. Best thing you can do. No, it's the best thing you can do if it aligns with what you want to do and how you want to live.
I think the kind of work is just different. Of course, working from home, building up your own online business, being able to work from home has the advantage that you maybe have more time for your kids in a way of when your kid is coming, you're able to take 5 to 10 minutes off because you don't have a fixed schedule or a boss telling you, no, you can't do a break right now. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to put work in, right? And like you just said, you need to get your own routines. Routines are super important. If you don't have these routines for yourself and you do not have a boss telling you what to do and when to do it, it's quite hard for a lot of people to still put the work in that is necessary. So I think this is one of the wrong images how some people market, that they say you can easily make money from home and all you got to do is 1 reel per day and then you have all the free time for your kids. No, this is the long-term or mid-term vision. Once you put the work in and once you were able and willing to work 5, 8, 10 hours per day, then afterwards you're seeing the results and then you have the free time, but not directly from the beginning on, right?
And I think that what they should be marketing is more like not having the free time, but having the ability to be at home and work so you don't have to spend extra money on daycare. Or you say like, yes, if your kid has like these events at school that you want to help out with in a normal job, you couldn't take those days off, but in a work environment at home, you can say, okay, I'll scooch this up there, and you can change your appointments. You can make your day as you want it and do it when you want to do it. And then in some way you still have to do things in a certain time frame, I believe. But yes, of course, it comes with a lot of advantages with freedom, as like I said, if it's aligned with what you want to do. But let's say you have little babies that are staying at home. Do you really want to be working from home?
Yeah, this is also true.
You know,
because you're getting distracted literally all the time. So what would you say is one kind of manipulation that you realized in network marketing or marketing in general that you completely can't align or that you don't feel aligned with?
I think the one that people start off like 2-3 weeks in and they're already saying, yeah, I'm making a full-time income from being online. I have all the freedom in the world. Like we were just saying, you know,
financially
like
free.
Exactly. Financially, that one really gets to me when somebody has a really nice income, maybe a 6-figure income, or is on their way to making a 6-figure, and they think, okay, if I make 6 figures for the rest of my life, I've made it. So they're already there thinking I'm financially free, and I get where it comes from, but you are not yet financially free. And even if I was to give you $5 million right now, you could still screw that up and like be back at your own situation where you are right now in a couple of years, because you do not know what to do with your money. But financially free would be that you've built something that is so stable, so able to work on its own, that you would be able to, let's say, drop dead actually tomorrow, and for your kids it would still be working. That's for me freedom. That's for me financial freedom, that you're able to leave a legacy behind that would work on its own. And I think that takes a shit ton of time, and I think that is something you have to work really hard at. And I think it's a very diverse income stream. It's not coming from one source of income. That's what I believe. But
yeah, financial freedom is a word that's been thrown around. Like when you're a six-figure earner, you're financially free already. Like, no, maybe you do not have to worry about money consistently, but you're for sure not financially free, right?
No.
But back to the point that you just mentioned of being 2-3 weeks in and pretending to be it, to have made it. I think this kind of comes back to what we talked about before, of people being kind of afraid to show their journey. People have the feeling they can only show off with results and kind of get other people to join because of their results instead of inspirational or motivational reasons.
But that's how I felt in the beginning. I think that I felt that way. I felt like I had to, you know, fake it in that way. I felt in the beginning like I had to do that. And I think I went in the wrong direction because, and it's not blaming anybody else, but I just, looking around me, I was thinking because of my own image of marketing in itself, that I thought it was so manipulation based. I think I thought I needed to do that in order to succeed.
And I think this is kind of messed up because network marketing is so beautiful, in my opinion, or in our opinion, because it is so inspiration based, because you can achieve so much when you really have a strong vision and other people align and share this vision, right? But then I have the feeling, and this is crazy, people want results. And people, I have the feeling, when it comes to network marketing and making money, they are so sold on materialism that they fall more for videos where people show off a fancy lifestyle. Like, for example, having a Ferrari, having a big mansion, having luxury clothes, bags. I know so many reels and of people literally walking over a street, just having fancy cars in the street, wearing a designer bag and saying 10,000 euros per month is not that hard to make. Do you know how many people comment under these videos because they see this lifestyle, even though they don't really know if maybe the car is really of this person, but they see this fancy lifestyle, one second, and they're like, oh, I want this lifestyle for myself as well. Whether when you do an inspirational based video of where, for example, you talk about your vision and where you see yourself in the future, even if you say you haven't made it yet, but this is where you want to get, this is your true reason why you started network marketing, the resonance or the feedback of people isn't as high, not at all.
But do you think it's faking it if people assume that that's your lifestyle? If you're not, okay, if you put like, this is like, if you're explaining that that's your lifestyle, that's completely different. But do we feel like it's faking it if people do that?
I think when you don't clearly say something and people assume certain things, because they see, for example, they see you walking in a street full of fancy cars and they assume you have a fancy lifestyle, this is kind of the fault of the people.
Exactly. That's not, I don't think that's faking it. We just want to be clear on that because I feel like people might feel like, okay, so everything's faking it. No, we feel like flat out lying is faking it and telling people that is your lifestyle, that you're going on holiday 7 times a year when you're not, or something like that, you know? But walking across the street, no. But telling people this is so easy to make 10,000 like a month without making any effort and it's just going to come to you. I think that's the part that we don't like.
But what I was heading to is because people, I have the feeling people relate way much, or they relate wealth or a good income to materialism showing off. And because I think this is the case, because I've realized it, these kind of videos, they always have they always have so many views and so many comments and people being like, I want that lifestyle, I want that lifestyle. People associate wealth with like materialism, with people showing off what they have. And I think because of that, a lot of people start to actually fake. This is what I was heading to, because they see how these kind of videos perform. They actually start to fake a lifestyle that they do not even have.
Yeah, I don't really like the posts where people are saying that it's easy to make an exact amount. I don't like the fact that there are numbers involved. That's something that really gets to me, because that person really does believe that, okay, so I'm going to be able to make that much amount of money when I sign up. It's possible, but it's not going to be from the get-go that you're making that much money the first month, you know? And gets conceived that way because of the wording, and that there's an exact amount on there, which I get it. It's like niching down, being more specific, but yet you can't be specific about something that you can't be specific about. You can't be promising things. And that's, I think, where people think it's a Ponzi scheme, because you're sort of telling people for sure that something's going to happen. Like, I'm going to be able to double your money
in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, you know?
This is true. But what I find difficult is, I've realized a lot of people hate on people that start off in network marketing and, for example, film their videos out of their child room because they're, for example, still living with their parents or their family or whatever. These people get a lot of hate because people on the internet are like, you pretend to be rich and you pretend to be super good in network marketing, but you can't even afford to move out of your house. Though I think some of these people, of course not all of them, maybe have more pure intentions than some of the people, or a lot of the people, showing off a lifestyle that they don't actually have. I've seen a video about it and I think it's crazy how much effort people put into faking. Literally, I saw a video where somebody exposed a dropshipper, and he was like 4 or 5 boys. They took their monthly salary in order to rent a super fancy car for a day. Then they took 5 to 6 outfits to pretend they're driving this car on a regular basis, did a lot of photo shooting scenes where they get in the car, off the car, and they printed out their monthly salary in cash, that it looks like they're having a lot of cash, to film the videos where you see a lot of cash things, you know. People put so much effort, and it's so easy nowadays to fake because people fall for it. They just see a video of somebody getting into a fancy car. Imagine, a lot of people directly assume, it's their car. They're showing off with money, they need to have a lot of money. Though maybe the intentions of the person sitting in their childhood room are much more pure because they're not trying to fake it. They're showing their vision, they're showing what they believe in, and not that they've already made it even though they haven't.
Okay, so first of all, guys, never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
I have had people around me that drive and they own the car. So they still own the car. They own expensive cars. They have luxury shit. But if you were to look in their bank statement, they have nothing in their bank. And these people that are living at their parents' house, like living a sort of less luxury lifestyle, they have like thousands in the bank. So do not judge a book by its cover just because somebody is not materialistically showing you, I have a shitload of ton of money, does not mean that that person does not have a shitload of ton of money. And
especially, I have the feeling the people that need to show off consistently how much money they apparently have with materialism are often the people that have nothing in their bank because they spend all their money on showing off a lifestyle. This is why so many really rich people, like really financially free people, they don't even wear designer clothes where you see the brand in front of the t-shirt because they don't feel the need to show off. So especially when we're coming to how to build wealth, as like our network marketing company is super focused on how to build up multiple income streams and wealth, it's much smarter to, for example, stay with your parents or stay in a not so expensive flat or to not go on so much holiday and save up the money to put it into investments, into passive income streams. Because this is the way you build wealth, not by after being 1 month into network marketing, getting your first salary and directly blowing it off for buying a champagne bottle.
Yeah, or Louis Vuitton. Yeah, no, I personally agree with that. And I also think a lot of people assume because somebody's wearing designer clothes or whatever, that person has money. I wear designer clothes, like not high designer clothes, but I do have designer clothes. And guys, I do not spend that much money on it. And it's really not that much more expensive than the other stuff that doesn't have a design on it. I'm just smart and I go and I buy it when it's on a discount or whatever. So if people aren't smart enough to know that what's on the outside is not exactly what's on their bank, is just, it's just not smart to just thinking that what you see is how somebody is. You know, I've seen a lot of people that act like they have a lot of money and they cannot even afford to go out to eat. You know, they can't even afford to go and do something for themselves because they're spending so much money trying to prove to the rest of the world that they have money. And I think that that comes also a little bit from the people that do have money and like to show it off and call out numbers. And so people feel the pressure to also show that off, right? It's like some people have it and they're showing it off. Now we feel the pressure to have to do that because otherwise we're not good enough. Whether
can't keep up.
Whether if you just don't make it about the numbers and you're showing people a vision of how it will make that person happier as a person, as a whole. The why statement aligns, and a why statement, guys, is just like, why do you do what you do? Why do you do the work that you do? Like, if you're a doctor, why do you like being a doctor? There's a reason you go to your job. There's a reason why you do what you do. And if it's aligned with that, someone will hop on board and is willing to go through hardship, willing to, like, will be loyal based on the why, not on the amount of money. Because it's like, I'm not a very cat person. Sorry for anybody that is, but it's like a cat, that if you use money as it's like a cat. It's like, if where I'm going to get fed more is where I'm going to go. So you'll never have that person's loyalty. They'll just be around for as long as you're able to pay them as much as they can get paid, and the next person that can pay them more will just leave with them.
And you know what I think? If people join network marketing just because of the materialism they may get one day, because of the money freedom that they have, but not money freedom in a way, you know, how we view it, but really just, okay, I can have the champagne bottles in the club, I can drive the fancy cars, like really just focus on the materialism aspect, then you can also just stay in a job and work a high-paying salary job. Money should never be in my opinion, money should never be your first indicator or the only reason why you do something. You should always have a passion why you do something. And of course, money is a super important part. I think everybody who says money isn't important is lying, but it shouldn't be the only reason you're doing something, in my opinion. And I personally, I wouldn't want to have people on my team that just join because they're so materialistic and they want to show off that materialism. Because I'm not that person. Even if I would be financially free, you wouldn't probably see me in super fancy cars and clothes, because I just don't care about these things. And guys, I'm not saying that being materialistic is bad. I think if it truly makes you happy, go for it. Everybody should do what makes them happy. But I've realized with people that I spoke with that, for example, didn't have so much money in the beginning than they did. They realized themselves in the beginning, they cared all about the materialistic stuff. And once they've had it, they realized, okay, this is also not going to make me happy. So they found out the materialism side isn't the true happiness they were looking for. But if it makes you happy, really go for it. It's just not my type.
I think having money will never make you miserable. So I think, yeah, we all want money. I don't think it's a bad thing to want money. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying, if that's the only reason you get up in the morning to do what you do, then you're probably looking to escape it constantly, because it's something that you're not passionate about, you don't like doing it, you're only doing it for one reason and one reason only, is to make an income. Then you're going to be very unhappy, whether it's a 9-to-5 or an entrepreneurship. Whichever route you take, if the only reason you're doing it is for the money, you're not going to be happy.
Yeah, 100% money shouldn't be everything. And I think we have so much more to talk about when it comes to faking a lifestyle, manipulation that we don't like, but we already talked again for, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. I don't know, we always talk a lot, I know. So we do have a lot of more things to talk about when it comes to manipulation. So there will definitely follow a part 2, but let's do a little sum up why we decided to call it Make It, Don't Fake It.
Yeah, because like we said, faking it isn't going to help you, isn't going to help the people around you. We don't think it's necessary, and we think it hurts you more than it helps you.
Yeah, I love that. It hurts you more than it helps you in the long way. In the long run, in the long term, it's not going to help. This is true. Okay, guys, so the next part is going to be about more manipulation side that we didn't like, that we saw that we didn't like, also some things that we experienced ourselves, because we want to get a bit more personal, because like we said, we want to be brutally honest with you guys. So we also want to talk about the things that we personally experienced that we didn't like. And that we just think can be done way better. So stay tuned for our next episode. Leave comments what you think about the assumptions that we talk, and especially the manipulation. If you have experienced this manipulation, if maybe these kind of manipulations are the reasons why you don't trust network marketing based products or services, because I think this is such a shame that the way how some marketers market just ruins the reputation of the whole industry.
Yeah. Do you agree with what we said?
Yeah. Let us
disagree.
know. Okay, guys. See you next week. Bye.